equipped to handle his sinful use. The
God,
man who
dog.
emulates the action film character for his
Look at
followers
that.
started experiencing
The
adverse effects.
mountain.
Some developed in
Fair use in educational purposes. This ain't, I ain't just talking about sports. I'm talking about any of this foolishness that somebody try to trap somebody into. The name of the game is to get a job and pay your taxes and have a place to stay and be able to have a halfway comfortable to survive, man. Because there ain't no such thing as being comfortable. I wouldn't give a damn if you were a billionaire. Cause that's just the way it is. There's too much pressure. And even the billionaires, they money won't save them. And we already know that. Just make them more of a fool and an idiot. Make them more feel like they stupid. And then everybody else gotta pay. I'm here to let you niggas know
I'm here to announce my retirement from sports.
Fuck public school.
Baseball, basketball, all of them. I feel like it's time. The pressure that it takes to play at my age
Rapping,
is just too
all
much.
that. I quit.
So
Fuck
I'm done
it.
with the endless advice
It's bullshit.
from parents to keep my head up.
I
to
quit
keep my head
rapping.
down,
I quit
to keep my
sports.
head in the game.
I quit being a
I know you think
player.
college.
I quit any of
I'm
this
walking
bullshit
away
ass
from the
American
coaches
dream
that left
ass
me on the bench every
fake
time the
ass
game
shit.
was on the line.
I quit it. Even
I'll
that
miss my
fake ass
friends.
religion. I quit.
And the fun we had when we were young.
Fuck you. I'm just a kid and you putting all this pressure on me. Let's separate, motherfucker. All I need is a job. Fuck you and your school. Shove it up your butt.
Questions?
Any questions? Any questions? Shove it up your butt. Here we go. This was the unemployment line back in the early 1800s. I mean, this must have been them. I mean, this was the employment office. You know what I mean? Because you can see it wasn't no jobs unless you was cattle rustling or some shit like that or whatever the hell they had. Because it wasn't no jobs back then. So that's what this is. This is
Great Missouri train robbery.
this the employment
Gadshill,
agency.
Missouri,
They didn't give a
1874.
damn about no what you call it.
By 1874, America was becoming a modern and civilized country, or so you'd think. But west of the Mississippi, things were far more lawless, and the gun still ruled. States like Kansas, Nevada, and Texas were still very much wild frontiers. Crimes such as gunfights, cattle rustling, and stealing horses were rife, but perhaps the most serious was robbery. At first, it was robbing stagecoaches and lone travelers, but infrastructure slowly moved westwards. Banks and wagon shipments became targets. Then there was a complete game changer. When the James Younger Gang, which included the famed outlaw Jesse James, committed on July 21st, 1873, what is considered to be one of the very first train robberies in American history. The gang had derailed a locomotive near Adela, Iowa, in doing so causing the death of the engineer. They then stole around $3,000, over $63,000 in today's value, from the train's safe and the passengers on board. 6 months later, at around 3 p.m. on a bitterly cold Friday afternoon on January 31st, 1874, the James Younger Gang, armed with Colt Navy revolvers and double-barreled shotguns, carried out another daring train robbery, the first ever in Missouri. The gang consisted of Frank and Jesse James, Arthur McCoy, and two of the Younger brothers. In broad daylight, the gang, wearing masks,
The
rode
American
into
dream.
the community of Gads Hill in the wilderness of southeastern Missouri. The settlement.
How the where the fuck now where the hell is the American dream? Nigga, even the white folks wasn't free. Hell no, cause they was used the British used them against each other too. Remember, cause the police was on one side, whoever the sheriff, whoever the motherfucking rancher is, whoever they gave some money to start some shit out here, you know, to start up businesses and all that. Them was the only ones was free, and they wasn't free because they owed some taxes back to Britain. So eventually, ain't nobody free. But but here's the problem. Forget them people who already got something. What about the little babies and the kids that was born into the world, right? Where was they gonna get a job at? And How was they gonna be free? They was not born free because they didn't have a job. They didn't know where to stay. That was homelessness. You know what I mean? That's why they have so many orphans and orphanages. They keep on making it seem like even the white folks had a family. No, they didn't. Didn't nobody have no family? Was nobody free?
which had only been founded.
Everybody was
before, had
fucking
total population
a
of
criminal.
15,
And in order to be free, you had to go rob something or steal
The small
something.
population were too
'Cause it
afraid
wasn't
to
no
resist
job.
the fearsome-looking gang. The settlement consisted of 3 houses and a small store and post office. The reason for the gang's interest in Gads Hill was its small railroad platform that ran alongside it. The track was the St. Louis, Missouri to Texarkana, Arkansas Railway line, and due later that day at 4 p.m. was the St. Louis.
That's what they don't tell you in the
and
history
Southern
book.
Southbound train.
Wasn't
It was
nobody
carrying a mixture of
free.
Passengers and cargo, including a safe.
How? Ain't no
The
job.
trains did not normally stop at the Gads Hill station, but did slow down significantly as they passed by, having just climbed a steep grade.
Where they gonna find a job in that little ass town?
The gang was that it was going to stop there that day in order for State Representative L.M. Farris to meet up with his son there.
They didn't have the industrial revolution yet.
A large bonfire by the side of the track. When the train approached at 4:45 p.m., the gang lit the bonfire, while another one of them stood on the platform waving a red flag, which was the railway universal signal for danger ahead. As the train came to a stop, the gang overpowered the conductor and captured the engineer and his crew. The gang split into 2, and one group went to the baggage cart and forced the shipping agent to open the train's safe, and then they went through the registered delivery parcel. It was said that one of the gang insisted the agent update his inventory log to say, robbed at Gads Hill. The rest of the gang was going through the passenger carriage, robbing the passengers, but they were very selective.
Stimulus check at Gads Hill.
Working class. They even
They
went
had
so far as to
to
check
get
men's hands
any
to see if they
eating
were
means
locked out,
necessary.
to see if they did good, honest labor. One of the passengers stood up and protested.
Unemployment
A James
check.
H. Morley, a chief engineer. But when one of the gang placed a revolver under his nose and told him, sit down, shut your head, and mind your business, he duly did so, and there was no more trouble from the passengers. It was later reported in the newspapers, who heavily glamorized and sensationalized the whole episode. They went as far as to say that as the gang got off the train, one of them quoted a few lines of William Shakespeare, then handed the conductor a pre-written press release that ended with the words, "There's a hell of an excitement in this part of the country." Then they shook
You
the
don't want to
engineer's
shoot
hand
no
and then left.
goddamn body.
The exact amount the gang was said to have gotten away
Put the gun away. Take up karate. Because you don't want to shoot no goddamn body.
amount stolen was most likely around $5,000.